While some games go for high-intensity action, mind-bending challenges, or seek to test you on some level or another, there are others that instead opt for simply being accessible and thoroughly enjoyable. Given the fact that the Switch has more than enough roguelikes, Souls-likes, and other tough-as-nails fare to keep hardcore gamers satisfied for quite some time, I always appreciate titles that are willing to slow things down a bit and have a simpler and more broadly approachable focus. In the case of Europa, there's no question that it's the game look that will probably prompt interest from people first. With an art style reminiscent of what you'd see in a Studio Ghibli movie, it's absolutely a looker, though perhaps a bit less so on the Switch than on other consoles, as it isn't unusual to see some visual noise around the edges of things. The overall simplicity of your mission should also have appeal, and that's simply to get from point A where you start out to point B, which happens to be a floating island that you'll continue to be focused on in your journey. When it comes to the gameplay itself, for the most part things again remain quite simple, approachable, and generally friendly to people of most any skill level. You'll spend most of your time in each stage exploring, looking for crystals, doing quite a bit of jumping and even flying, and sometimes solving environmental puzzles. While there are some enemies about, they're ultimately more of a nuisance than a real threat. With each new area, there'll be new places to explore and things to discover, and that thread pretty well remains the focus throughout, even as the environments you're in may change. In the end, this is a pretty light and almost relaxing platformer that simply seems to be focused on being enjoyed. Between its lush and gorgeous visuals, some exciting moments as you take to the air, and the simple joys of exploration and discovery, it may not aspire to a great deal of variety, but it does do a commendable job of making the most of what it has to offer. While people who value intensity may find it to be a snooze, for those that sometimes want to lose themselves in a thoroughly pleasant world for a few hours, this could be a terrific match. Overall, my final score for the game ended up being an 8. And if you're interested in picking it up, it's currently available on the Switch eShop for $14.99. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this review. And if you'd like more information or ideas of indie games worth checking out on Switch, be sure to click on the link provided in the description. Until next time.